Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about something that every serious JPA developer needs to understand: lazy versus eager fetching. Now, this is not just theory. This is one of those concepts that directly impacts the performance of your application. Get it wrong, and your application will make unnecessary database calls without you even realizing it.
So pay close attention. Here's the core idea.
When you fetch an entity from the database, JPA needs to decide something. Should it also load the related entities immediately? Or should it wait and load them only when they are actually needed?
Alright.
Now let's first talk about eager fetching. Eager fetching means the related entity is loaded immediately along with the main entity. In simple words, when you fetch the parent entity, JPA will automatically fetch all the related entities as well. You don't need to access them explicitly. Let's understand with an example. Suppose you fetch a department from the database. With eager fetching, JPA does not just fetch the department. It also immediately fetches all the employees belonging to that department.
One fetch call.
But behind the scenes, JPA fires additional queries to load all the related data. Everything lands in memory together. Think of it like ordering a meal. Eager fetching is like getting your main dish and all the sides delivered at the same time, whether you are going to eat the sides right now or not. Alright, now let's talk about lazy fetching. And this is where things get interesting. Lazy fetching is the opposite of eager. Instead of loading everything immediately, JPA holds back. It loads the related data only when you actually access it. In simple words, when you fetch the main entity, JPA fetches just that entity.
Nothing more.
The related data stays in the database until the moment you explicitly need it. Let's take the same example. Suppose you fetch a department from the database. With lazy fetching, JPA fetches only the department. The employees are not loaded yet. But the moment you call department.getEmployees, that is when JPA goes back to the database and fetches the employees.
Not before. Not until you ask.
Think of it like a restaurant. Lazy fetching is like ordering only what you need, when you need it. Alright, let's get into the code. We are going to make a change inside our department entity. Now look at the screen carefully. Here in the department entity, we have our employees list with the @OneToMany annotation. But right now, we have not specified any fetch type. We left it as default. So here is something very important.
See.
Spring JPA provides a fetch attribute inside relationship annotations, like @OneToMany, @many-to-one, @one-to-one, that allows you to control exactly how the related data is loaded. And when you don't specify it, JPA uses a default value. Now the question is, what is that default value for @OneToMany? The default fetch type for @OneToMany is lazy.
Alright.
Now let's explicitly set the fetch type to lazy. Now let's understand what this means. When we set fetchType.lazy, we are telling JPA, when you fetch a department, do not load the employees right away. I will ask for them when I need them. So JPA will fetch only the department from the database. The employee list will not be touched.
Not loaded. Not even queried.
The employees stay in the database until the moment you explicitly call getEmployees. This is very important. JPA respects this instruction completely. It will not fire any query for the employee table unless you ask for it. Okay, let's add logs to our fetchDepartmentDetail method. Before fetching the department. After fetching, but before touching the employees. After calling getEmployees. Follow my screen carefully. First, add a log before fetching the department. Then add another log after fetching the department. And finally, add one more log after accessing the employee list. So the idea is to observe when the employee data is actually loaded. Call department.getEmployees.size, not just getEmployees. Why? Because with lazy loading, JPA returns a proxy first.
It waits.
But .size forces JPA to actually load the data. That is the trigger.
Now start the application.
Now hit the Fetch Department Detail API. Now open the console logs. Alright, now let's observe the console log carefully. This is the most important part.
Watch the sequence.
First, you will see our log message, before fetching department. No query has fired yet. Nothing has touched the database. Next, right after that, you will see the department select query fire. JPA goes to the database and fetches only the department. Then, you will see our second log, after fetching department. And notice, at this point, no employee query has fired yet. The employee list is still sitting in the database.
Untouched.
And finally, the moment we call getEmployees.size, watch what happens. JPA fires the employee select query. And immediately after, you will see the employee count printed in the log. That sequence right there is lazy fetching proving itself in real time. The employee data was loaded only when we actually needed it. Not a single moment before.
Alright.
Now let's see what happens when we change the fetch type to eager.
Follow my screen.
Now start the application again.
And hit the API again.
Alright, observe the console carefully. First, our log statement fires. Before fetching department. Just like before. But now, watch what happens next. And this is where it gets really interesting. With FetchType.eager, JPA does not just fetch the department alone. Instead, JPA tries to optimize the operation. It looks at all the relationships, sees that everything is marked as eager, and says, let me get everything in one shot. So it generates a join query, joining the department table, the employee table, and the bank_detail table, and fetches all the related data in a single database call. You asked for the department. But JPA brought the department, every employee, and every bank detail, all at once. And here is the important part, whether you use that data or not. Even if you never access the employees. Even if you never touch the bank details. JPA already loaded everything into memory. Because that is what eager means, load now, no questions asked. Now let's think about a real-world scenario. And this is very important. What if a department contains 1 million employees? And each of those employees has a bank detail. Now imagine what happens with FetchType.eager. The moment you fetch that department, JPA fires a join query and tries to load 1 million employees and 1 million bank details into memory.
All at once. In a single database call.
Your application will slow down. Your server memory will spike. And in the worst case, your application will crash. That is the real cost of eager fetching on large datasets. Now what about FetchType.lazy? Lazy is better, but it is still not the complete solution here. Because even with lazy, the moment you access getEmployees, JPA will try to load all 1 million employees at once. Just delayed, but still the same problem. So what is the right approach for large datasets like this?
Pagination.
Instead of loading the entire employee list through the relationship, you write a dedicated query with pagination.
You fetch employees in pages. 20 at a time. 50 at a time. Whatever your use case demands.
This is very important. This is how real production applications handle large datasets. Relationships are great for small to medium data. For large data, always think about pagination. And that brings us to the end of this video. Let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today. We learned that FetchType.lazy loads related data only when you actually access it. JPA waits and fires the query on demand.
More efficient.
Less memory usage. We learned that FetchType.EAGER loads everything immediately, using a join query, whether you use that data or not. Convenient but potentially expensive. And most importantly, we learned that for large datasets, neither lazy nor eager is the right answer.
Pagination is.
These are not just interview concepts. These are real decisions that affect the performance of your production application every single day. So choose your fetch strategy wisely. If you found this video helpful, please like it. It genuinely helps this channel grow and motivates me to keep creating quality content for you. If you are not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss the next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.